And for Will Wagner and Paul Mason of Angelo State football. All right, thank you guys. Coach Wagner, first off, big win for your team, Lone Star Conference opener, 45-14 over McMurry. About a 70-minute delay. That's got to be a challenge because you start the game, you're only, maybe 10 minutes in the first quarter?
Yeah.
And it's like four half times. I mean, over an hour. How do you do that as a coach? Get your team ready.
Well, it kind of worked out good for us because they were doing a couple different things on offense, so it allowed our defense to go in and make a couple adjustments. So our kids got that done. We gave them a quick snack in there and just told them to relax, and they did a great job. And I think a lot of that goes to our senior leadership. They just set the tone for them when we got in the locker room, and I mean, some guys even watched the Florida State Clemson game, just kind of relax a little bit. But we kept them, up to date, kind of when we go out, 15 minutes, and so they could start refocusing back out there. But we told them just treat it like the first of the game. We got to start fast, and our kids did a great job.
I was wondering if you guys are in there playing cards or what you're doing, or if you're on your phones playing Facebook games or something, or what?
I'm sure they were doing something with their phone because most of these kids can't live without it. But sure. They did a great job, and it was a long break, and I was excited that a lot of our fans stayed and came back out, and so that was good to see. But a lot of it goes to our kids. I mean, they just stayed focused through that whole time and really responded well.
It's a good McMurry offense. You held them to 14 points. Says a lot about your defense.
Yeah, our defense is playing at a high level right now, and Coach Gersh, Coach Salgado, those guys have done a great job preparing them each week. And, we got a big task this week with WT coming in, and they're just as explosive, if probably not better than McMurray from offensive standpoint.
All right, so yesterday in the NFL, and we'll get to Paul in just a second. Paul Mason's with us, so icy. Yesterday in the NFL, Stephen Tulloch, a linebacker from the Detroit Lions, got a sack. He celebrated the sack, and when he celebrated, he jumped up and tore his ACL. I'm just curious, of all the football games you've watched as a coach or as a player, have you ever seen that in person? Were you ever seen someone get injured while celebrating?
I don't think I have, and luckily for us, Paul didn't hurt himself.
Yeah, let's go what happened to Paul. So Paul gets the 100-yard plus interception for a touchdown, and he does a flip into the end zone and gets flagged for it.
Right. Rightly so.
But I'm sure you had something for him to say when he walked back.
And that's between Paul and I, but you got to be careful. And technically, they changed the rule in the NCAA. So basically, what happens if you start high stepping or doing any kind of celebrating, they should penalize you from that point. And the official on our sideline said that Paul did it from the goal line, but if you go back and look at video, it was more like from the 2 or 3. So
wow. So it could have been a personal foul from like the 5-yard line, for example.
For the 5-yard line, the touchdown is taken away, and they take you 15 yards back, and it's first down.
It's not that funny at that point.
No, it's not that funny. And so that's what I was really worried about. I was looking for the flag, and we talk about our kids that this is a team effort, and anytime you do something like that, it was a great return. I'll give Paul that, but that takes away from the team, and he understands that, and he just got caught up in the moment, and we'll reiterate that tomorrow after practice a little bit, but it was a great play, but Paul understands, and it won't happen again. I guarantee that.
It sounds like it. We'll talk to Paul. Actually, let's talk to Paul right now. I think it's a good time to give him the microphone. So it sounds like you have some humble pie there, Paul, but it was a great play. You get the pick six there off the deflection, you take it back 100-some yards. We had you on the radio after the game.
Sir.
And you said you got tired around the 20-yard line?
Yes, I did. I was kind of running out of gas around the 20-yard line, but all I could tell myself was keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing.
You almost got caught.
I did, and when they got dove, I felt so much more relief. So I let it out in the wrong way. It was kind of selfish, but I apologize. And like I said, I have some reinforcement tomorrow. I'll embrace it and get better from it.
I'll admit, he's got some wheels. So do you think you're the fastest on the team? I mean, in pads. There's fast in pads and there's fast out of pads.
There's football speed and then there's speed.
Yeah.
Do you have true football speed?
Yeah, I want to hear what you say, and we'll ask Coach Wagner the same question.
Well, I'll just say I may not be the fastest in pads, but if we race against each other head to head, I will try to beat you, and I probably will because I'm very competitive, honestly.
So you think you could beat Jeremy in a 40-yard dash?
If I had a 20-yard lead, he'd still beat me in a 40-yard dash.
I can beat him. I don't know. I heard he had will, so we'll see.
Wow.
You may have a tougher time with the old man than you do with him.
I think Peyton Manning has the same speed I do, actually. Paul, so last night, for those who don't know, and we can make this official now, as we know, the Rams are playing West Texas A&M. The brand new, never seen before black jerseys that'll be worn by your team last night. So at practice last night, you can go to angelosports.com, check this out. Russ Seaver rides in on a Harley.
Yes.
I don't know where he got the Harley from. He rides in on a Harley wearing this black cape, I guess, and the black jersey.
Yes.
So you guys saw it for the first time. Tell me about this.
Well, we all got together. We thought we were taking a photo shoot for Family Day, and all of a sudden, music comes on, and we hear this Harley just blaring up, and we're like, okay, what is that? So we see Coach Eilers, and we didn't see Rush at first, and we just see this cape just blowing in the wind. And when he took off that cape, it was just like we erupted. We were like, wow, this has never happened before in Angelo State history. We were like, this is crazy. So us guys, we were like kids in a candy store. We didn't know how to handle ourselves, but it was great. It was awesome. It was a great experience.
Is it too early to tell? Do you like the black or the white jerseys?
Me personally, I like the black because I'm on the defensive side, and we have to be a little dirty, a little grimier. So I just feel like you can't get that much. You can get a lot of dirt on black, but you can't tell. But the white is also very nice because you can be pretty in white. So the offensive guys like that.
It's going to depend on which one they win the most games in.
Yeah,
that becomes the popular right there, because you can wear the black. If you don't win any games, it's not coming back.
Exactly.
You can check it out on Angelo Sports. It's black jerseys, black pants. They got blue numbers and black helmets with a blue ram horn.
Yes, matte black helmets too. It's great. It's
I've
awesome.
heard the alumni talking to them. They're already excited.
Yeah, people are excited about it. All right,
Yes,
so
they are.
I want to ask both you guys this question. So West Texas A&M, and last year I can't remember, Coach would know. I know it was a double-digit lead in the second half. 14 points, you're up, lost the game, a game that you guys outplayed WT. So you've been thinking about this game against West Texas for a while, huh?
Yes, for a very long time. And like I said, we don't have to get any riled up or anything like that for the West Texas game. We're always going to come prepared and focused for West Texas. Our coaches are going to put together a great game plan like they always do, and we're going to execute it to the best of our ability.
Okay, Coach, let's get the microphone back to you. One before thing. We asked this on the radio. We had you on the radio at KKSA, our sister station, on Friday morning.
Yes.
But just tell everybody here on Sports, tell people in the Cork and Pig Tavern, where do the names So Icy come from?
Oh, well, my true freshman year here before Coach Wagner was here, we had a guy, one of the seniors, his name was Guy Vanuba. And I came in, and everybody's like, okay, this little guy, he's making a name for himself. He's making a little noise. And we're like, well, he's kind of so icy. And ever since then, like, the name kind of stuck with me, and I kind of adopted the name, and I've just been so icy ever since.
Wow. Well, as long as you can run a 100-yard interception back there, we're in good shape.
Yeah.
We'll call you whatever you want to be called.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I'll go back to Will Wagner. I'm kind of jealous. I like to have a name like
Would
that.
you like to have it? I'm sure you've had many a names, but
I have. Some we can't even say on the radio.
That's right.
All right, so Coach, let's go back to West Texas. They're 1-2, and obviously West Texas is always a very good football team. They're nationally ranked, but they played two good teams to start off the year and losses. Got the first win this last week, but actually had to rally back and beat a school I didn't really know much about.
Yeah, they've they lost a lot from last year's team, mainly their quarterback, and that made that offense really go. And Leighton Rabb has done a great job. He's starting to come into it, so you see their offense getting better each week. So we got our hands full. Our kids understand that, and if you go back and look at it, even though we lost last season WT, I think that's when we started gaining confidence that we could play with a lot of these guys. We started getting better each week from that point on. So our kids understand what they got to do. Last year we were up 14 points and we let it slip away. That's one thing that we've really been preaching to our kids, is to keep the pedal down. And these last 2 weeks we've done just that, and hopefully we can do it again this weekend.
So the guys are learning to finish the ball game, and that's what you got to do to be able to pull it out.
And that's what our kids talk about all the time. Let's finish, and Coach Gersh does it. You know, finish the play and finish the game.
All right, how about a hand for Will Wagner and Paul Mason, Angelo State Rams football?